You aren't poor because you lack money. You are poor because you have a lazy mind. Napoleon Hill spent 20 years studying the 500 wealthiest men in history. He discovered that poverty isn't destiny. Poverty is a decision you made the moment you decided that thinking is too much work. Will you leave now and continue your laziness? Or do you have the courage to face the secret that losers flee from every day? The elite don't work harder than you. They think in ways you don't dare to. This isn't a cheap motivational video. This is a dissection of your failing mindset to build a millionaire's mind in its place. Most of you have wishes. None of you have a burning desire. There is a massive gap between them. A wish is empty talk. A wish is, I hope I get rich. A burning desire is, I will be wealthy or die trying. Desire accepts no plan B. Desire burns every ship of retreat. Are you ready to burn your ships? Napoleon Hill says, desire is the starting point. Without it, you are just a moving corpse. If you can sleep peacefully while being broke, you have no desire. Desire is a restless pain. It is a fire that consumes your nerves until you succeed. Money doesn't come to those who need it. It comes to those who demand it with obsession. Why do fools sometimes succeed while the brilliant fail? The secret is not in your IQ. It is in your subconscious programming. Your subconscious is the silent architect of your life. It is the engine room of your ship. It never sleeps. It never rests. It simply follows orders. If you tell it, I am just a simple employee, it will build a simple reality. It will blind you to opportunities. It will make you fear risks. But if you convince it that you are a money magnet, everything changes. Your mind will begin to filter the world differently. You will see wealth where others see ruins. How do you trick this giant? Through the science of auto-suggestion, you must feed it, not with hopes, but with commands. Napoleon Hill demands that you visualize your wealth. Close your eyes. Feel the texture of the money. Smell the leather of your new office. Experience the emotion of freedom. If you don't feel it, your subconscious won't build it. Thoughts are not just clouds. Thoughts are magnetic impulses. They attract their physical equivalent. Most of you are broadcasting poverty signals. You talk about debt. You think about bills. You focus on what you lack. And your subconscious, like a faithful servant, gives you more of the same. To break the cycle, you must become a dictator of your mind. Repeat your goals until they become your breathing. Your subconscious does not know the difference between a real memory and a vividly imagined one. This is the ultimate loophole. Create a mental movie of your future. Play it every night before sleep. When the conscious mind fades, the waits. Subconscious gate opens. That is the moment you plant the seeds of millions. If you miss this step, you are just a dreamer. If you master it, you are a master of destiny. Faith is not a religious feeling here. Faith is a state of mind induced by affirmation. It is the only known antidote for failure. Without faith, your thoughts are dead. With it, they become an unstoppable force of nature. Desire without a plan is a slow suicide. It is a ship without a rudder, destined to crash. Many of you have big dreams but zero blueprints. You are waiting for luck. Luck is for losers. Wealth is a product of precision engineering. Napoleon Hill focuses on organized planning as a military operation. You are the general. Your ideas are your soldiers. But even the best soldiers die without a strategy. You don't need to know everything. That is a common trap. You don't need to be a technical expert in every field. You need to be an expert in gathering people who are. This leads us to the mastermind principle. Power is concentrated effort. Look at Henry Ford. He was not a mechanic. He was not a physicist. But he knew how to align the brains of mechanics and physicists toward a single goal. That is the secret of the elite. They don't work for money. They create systems where money must flow to them. Do you have a written plan for your day? Do you have a specific date for your first million? If it's not on paper, it's not a plan. It's a fantasy. A plan must be flexible, but the goal must be rigid. If your first plan fails, replace it with a new one. If the second fails, build a third. Most people quit when their first plan collapses. That is the mark of a follower. A leader knows that a failed plan is just a lesson in what doesn't work. You must align your plan with the needs of the market. What service will you render? What value will you create? You cannot get something for nothing. That is the law of the universe. To grow rich, you must provide a bridge for others to cross. Your plan is that bridge. Build it with obsession. Reinforce it with facts. And never, ever let a day pass without moving 1 inch closer to the final objective. The world is full of almost successful people. The most famous story in this book is the tragedy of 3 inches from gold. A man spent his life digging. He invested everything. He faced the heat and the dust. But just before the breakthrough, he quit. He sold his machinery for a pittance to a junk man. That junk man brought in an engineer. They calculated the fault lines. They dug only 3 more inches, and they hit the richest vein of gold in history. Failure is a trickster. It is a master of deception. It loves to trip you up when success is within reach. Most of you are in that 3-inch zone right now. You are tired. You are frustrated. You think the algorithm is against you. You think the market is saturated. That is the quitting signal that separates the 1% from the 99%. Napoleon Hill discovered that success usually comes just one step beyond the point where defeat has overtaken you. Persistence is to the character of man what carbon is to steel. Without it, you are brittle. You will break under pressure. There is no substitute for persistence. It cannot be replaced by talent. The world is full of talented failures. It cannot be replaced by education. The world is full of educated derelicts. Only persistence and determination are omnipotent. When you decide to never quit, the universe eventually gets tired of blocking you. It gives in. It opens the doors. The gold is there. It has always been there. The question is, do you have the lungs to breathe the thin air of the final peak? Or will you sell your equipment to the junk man today? There is no such thing as a self-made man in the absolute sense. All greats used the minds of others. Henry Ford didn't know everything, but he knew who had the information. The mastermind principle is real magic. When 2 minds coordinate in harmony, a third, invisible mind is born, a mind with immense creative energy. Surround yourself with success partners. Stay away from the cynical and the discouraged. Those around you are your financial destiny. If you are the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room. Change your room, and your balance will change. The book is over, but your life hasn't started yet. You can close this video now and go back to your boring, average life. You can say nice words and then forget them. Or you can make one decision, a decision that ends your mental laziness forever. Napoleon Hill gave you the map. We at Vested Network gave you the truth. Wealth starts with a thought, grows with desire, and is achieved through persistence. You now possess the secret. So what will you do? Will you keep watching those who succeed? Or will you make the world watch your success? The choice is yours, and time does not wait for the lazy.